I wanted to talk about something that is near and dear to my heart, and is a big reason for who I am today. Right? I talk about I talked about finding oneself and coming to a self-realization and what have you in the past. One of the major components of that is looking for the truth. Right? Looking for the truth, discerning the truth. A long time ago, I read a book, and the whole book was about how you discern the truth in just everyday conversations with people. You know what I'm saying? One of the major things I took away from that book was when you're trying to come at the truth in a conversation, you have to avoid three things, three C's, right? You have to avoid confrontation or looking for confrontation, looking for comfort, right? Or confirmation. What does that mean? If you're having a conversation, you want to get at the truth, don't look to hear something comforting, something nice, something to make you feel good. Don't look for that. Get rid of that. Don't try for confrontation. Don't try to start a fight. Get rid of that. You're trying to be objective, right? But also don't, and this is a hard one for most. I think this is the hardest one for most people. Don't look for confirmation. Don't look to hear what you already believe is true. You know what I'm saying? I think that keeps most people, I think that has kept most people in the dark when it comes to searching for truth, whether it be in conversations with other people or with themselves. See, me, I do a lot of reading. I dig up a lot of history. I do that stuff. I have my reasons, but one reason is I just really enjoy it. I enjoy finding out about what happened, what transpired. The past fascinates me. The future fascinates me as well, but it doesn't exist yet. But the past has happened, and we can go back and see and read and hear from the people who were there. First-hand accounts, what the fuck happened. You know what I'm saying? And by first-hand, I don't mean fucking Wikipedia. Alright? I hate when I'm talking to somebody about some shit, and their proof, when I ask for it, their references Google and Wikipedia. Okay. But look. But I will add to those three things from that book. All right, this is crucial. This is my own thing, and I think it's extremely crucial in the search for the truth. Right, when you are trying to get at the truth, this is something you have to be willing to do. And if you're not willing to do that, just forget about it. Just fucking drop it. You know what I'm saying? You have to be willing that when you come across the truth and you know it's the truth, you're convicted. You know it's the truth. The evidence lines up, you go and you test it. Because, Terence McKenna said that the truth would be simple. That bullshit is complicated, right? He said that you could walk up to the truth and you can kick the tires and test it out. Take it for a test drive, it'll hold up. Truth will stand up on its own, right? After you've scrutinized the truth and you believe that it's the truth, you have to be willing to take everything that you previously believed, right? Hitherto that point. And you have to be willing to take all that and just throw it in the garbage. You have to be able to take your previous convictions and just throw them in the trash. If you're not willing to do that, it means that you are emotionally invested in what you've believed previously. And no matter what truth you're confronted with, no matter how compelling the evidence, because your emotions are invested in what you believed before, you will never accept the truth. Because the falsehoods, the inaccuracies feel good. They taste better. They're crunchy and nougaty and chocolate. The truth is harsh sometimes. It's bitter. It's fucking nasty sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to swallow that. You want to swallow the lies. So that's something I think is extremely cool. That's something I do. I always ask myself when I pick up a new book, I pick up a new document, I'm looking into something I think is interesting, I think is important to me. Am I willing, if this book, if this person tells me the truth, gives me facts, gives me evidence to back it, references, if they convict me of the truth, am I willing to take all the bullshit I believe before that point and throw it in the garbage and take the truth for what it is? And if I'm not willing to do that, I put the book down because I'm wasting my time. Something people are really not willing to do that with is religion. There are a lot of religions in the world, and I'm not going to get too deep into it. I want to make a podcast about religion, you know what I'm saying? But this ain't going to be it. I'm using it as an example right now. But there are a lot of religious adherents in the world who are convinced that their religion is true. And the one is as convinced as the other. Now, every now and then you get a convert. You get somebody who relinquishes their former religion and takes a new one. And let's say a Muslim becomes a Christian, and the Christian congregation is like, yeah, fuck yeah. Well, I don't know if they go fuck yeah, whatever they say, right? But those same people would never relinquish their truth, what they believe is the truth, should they come across something else that convinces them. Sometimes they do. I don't want to pick on any particular denomination. But this is one of the major reasons I don't have religious debates. One of the reasons I don't really talk politics with people and what have you. People are convinced what they believe is true, and then they're emotionally invested to a degree that it is impossible. It's impossible to separate them from their preconceived biases. And no matter what you say, they're not really listening. They're not really taking it on. I see a lot of conversations happen during the course of my day. I sit down and I watch people talk to each other sometimes. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. The vast majority of the time in a conversation, what I see is one person talking and another person waiting their turn to talk. What I don't see is a person talking and another person listening, most times. If you ever talk to me, I'm zoned in. I'm like, if it's something I'm interested in, or if I really want your opinion, you'll see I'll really zone in. I'll scrunch my eyebrows and I'll really, you know what I mean? I'm really trying to take in what you're saying. I'm trying to hear where you're coming from. All the while I'm listening to you, objections are being raised in my mind from things that I know. But I want to give you a chance to convince me of what you're saying. I'm testing it based on what I know while you're talking to see if there's some validity in it or if you're full of shit. But I'll give you a chance at the least. Most people won't give you a chance. Most people are just waiting for you to shut up so that they can run their mouths, and they're not really listening to what you're saying. Stop for a second and really look at that person and see if they're taking in what you're saying, or if they're just waiting their turn. Whoo, you done talking? Well, this is what I think. Blah, 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 right? That's what happens most times. Stay away from confrontation, from looking for comfort, from looking to hear what you think you already know, confirmation. Are you willing to take your previous convictions, bunch them up together, throw them in the trash when you hear the truth? If you can't stay away from those three things, if you can't do that last thing, wasting your time. You might as well just keep on just believing whatever the fuck you believe. Don't bother. Because if you allow any of those things to take hold, what you'll do is parse through a document or parse through a conversation, parse through a lecture, and just pick out the shit that sounds nice to you. That sounds nice. I'll keep that. Oh, I like that one right there. Oh, that sounds just like what I already believe. I'll just take that one for myself. But what you won't do is get the whole picture. You feel me? The truth will just pass you by because you have all these blockades up against hearing it. You have to completely drop all those things, and it's very difficult to do. But I can honestly say doing that is one of the reasons why I am the man I am today. Why I know as many things as I know. I don't know everything. Not even fucking close. You know? Not even close. But I'm willing to learn. And in the course of learning, I will take out old information. I will cut throw it in garbage, and put in the new shit. So long as I am convinced that it's the truth. And if you do that, you will grow and you will evolve into a much wiser and a stronger person. And you will be able to detect when someone who's telling you something has themselves been misled. You'll be able to do that a lot more convincingly if you do what I'm telling you to do. But you know what? It's hard, man. It's hard. It's hard to admit to yourself that you're wrong. That's a hard thing to do, man. And to not let your ego take hold. Not take offense, you know? Not look for a fight when you've been proven wrong. You know something? This is how you can tell if somebody themselves, I've been talking about you, but looking at other people, when you tell, and this is actually in the Bible, it says that when you correct a wise man, he will love you for it. You know what I'm saying? But it says that when you correct a fool, that you will only harm yourself. A man who's wise, a woman who's wise, likes to be proven wrong. They enjoy it. I actually, you know what I'm saying? I like it when a person proves me wrong. It means I've learned something. I will oftentimes, after I've been proven wrong by a person, I will verbalize it. I will say to that person, you know what? What you just said, you were right, and I was wrong. Thank you. I've said that to people. They probably don't fucking remember. Because that shit probably doesn't get said too much. But I like to do that. I like to acknowledge it. Because that's what I'm after. Not feeding my ego and my biases and what have you. I mean, do I get caught up in doing that sometimes? Of course, yeah, I do. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect. But I really try to do that. And I encourage you to do that today. When next time you're talking to someone, next time you pick up a book for some research, or next time you go and you look for the truth somewhere, ask yourself, are you willing to take what you previously know, throw it away? Am I looking to hear what I already believe? Don't do that. Screen those things out. And if you do that, you will become much more sensitive to truth. But it's hard to do. At least you know you'll be doing something difficult, something that not very many people can do. Anyway, son of Sotep, this is your brother Sotep, encouraging you to work on the whole person. Work on your whole self. Work on the whole man, the whole woman. Round yourself out. Become better. You know? Becoming better isn't always what you think it is. Become wiser. Grow. Evolve. Look for the truth. Peace.